when you pitch a song, you have to write like what the song's about. And so this is what I said. I said, Book of Spells is a song about feeling a disconnect to reality. I put the perspective onto a male character I created. The chorus, I'm not an empty shell, I wake up and tell myself I feel well and I don't live inside a screen, is a list of 3 affirmations that the character continuously tells himself to self-soothe while being surrounded by the influence of technology. It's a partial look into the character's personal book of spells, right? Like book of manifestations.
Hello. Here today we have amazing musician Ivory. Woo!
Hi,
Thank you very much for being here, first of
thanks for
all.
having me.
I know in your Spotify bio it says Lo-Fi Fairy, which I like was showing my friends your music and I was like saying, the like internationally known like lo-fi sitting at her desk girl. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
lo-fi girl.
I was like, you're her if she had like wings and stuff.
Aw.
Her as a fairy.
Fun fact, the person I work with the most, my like producer, but also my boyfriend, he actually has some albums out with Lo-Fi Girl. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like good practice. Like the music is definitely similar. The lo-fi like aesthetic
Yeah.
definitely matches. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I know you started on like YouTube and SoundCloud like before you started like posting on, I guess, I don't know if like TikTok and other streaming services, but do you want to give us a little rundown of like how you started or like
Definitely. I would,
yeah,
I would love
right, yeah.
to. Okay, so I did start on SoundCloud and YouTube, but going back, I actually started on Instagram. I was actually a cartoon editor in like 2015. I was like 15 years old. I don't know if it was 2015. But I was 15. I was making cartoon edits. I had maybe like 30,000 followers. Then like I would randomly post snippets of songs that I make because I would be in my room playing guitar, playing ukulele, playing piano. People were like, "These are good," and so I made like an account. The account was originally called Ivy Sounds. I was known as Ivy Sounds for so long, and I would post these little snippets of me singing, playing it like instruments, only like 15 seconds long. And sooner or later, I started to see like my numbers going up like really rapidly. Just like these snippets, I would post like once every like month or once every 3 months. And then I like rappers and like people would reach out and like singers and like beat makers would want to sample my voice. And so I would be like, yeah, yeah, sure. I was young, so I didn't really know what all went into that. Fast forward like a year later, maybe like when I was like 16, 17, um, I came across this one video on YouTube that had like it had like 2 million at the time. And it was like featuring, well, it didn't even say my name, but it was my voice. And so I commented, I was like, can you please say like featuring Ivory because this is my voice? And
Yeah.
like, they were really cool about it. And now we're like super duper like best friends and we've also made more music. But fast forward to now, I'm starting to finally get like royalties and things like that from all these old songs that were made with my samples. At the time, I didn't call them samples. I called them songs. They were just short little things. And now I'm trying to pursue like my own music, like everything on my Spotify. And yeah, finally getting into producing too. And that's kind of how I started. So editor, Instagram singer, then like SoundCloud, all that stuff, YouTube, now all
Oh,
platforms.
yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh, I had no idea about that. That's so cool. Wow.
Once in a while, like someone would be like, "Wait a second, you used to be Omnius." That was my like editing name. I was like, "Wow, you have been around for a while."
You're living like double lives. Hannah
Yeah.
Montana life. Oh my goodness. Wow. 'Cause I see like I think I found you through a video of you like drawing and the aesthetic was just like so like you would just like film random things and like write like lyrics of like what you were singing and then you would draw things
Yeah.
and it was you're good at drawing too. So like that would make sense.
I wanna
Oh
make
my
more of those little, like, video things,
god.
they're really fun to make, and
Yeah, you could do, like, full, like, music videos, for like that if you
yeah,
want to. Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
made it for a while.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair, fair. Um, where are you based right now? Are you, like
I'm currently in Brooklyn, New
okay,
York.
okay.
I my cat.
Oh my gosh, what's your cat's name?
Milo.
Milo! That's so cute. Can I get the name? Did you grow up in Brooklyn or no?
No, I'm from Florida.
Okay.
I grew up in Florida, but, like, for instance, my siblings were all born in different places, so I've, like, been out to a lot of places when I was little. But yeah, I born and raised in Florida.
Nice. You produce with um I know sometimes I see you now working with more people, but like
Yes.
when you started, or I guess like I'm sure you still do just work alone sometimes, but how does that like process go between like producing and writing? And I'm sure it's like different every time, but even like I'm sure working with people and then like working alone is also um
Yeah, it's much different. I
yeah.
actually, I didn't have a lot of experience working with different people at all. Tom was one of the first he was by Tomsy Bumps. He was one of the first producers I've ever actually, like, worked with closely. Like, we made this EP called Sidereal Crumbs. It actually is, like, about to hit, like, 2,000,000 around that too now. It was, like, 2 years ago. Um, like, we made that when I had first met him. Um, but when I work by myself, it's usually, like, literally in my in my last apartment, I had, like, this huge studio, um, because, like, I thought it was necessary to have all these materials and all these things, but now, like and I still find myself just, like, taking all of my stuff and just putting it on my bed and just, like, chilling and, like, creating there. I have my laptop, guitar, interface, like, whatever I'm doing, it's just easier to do when I'm sitting on my bed and, like, chilling around. Like,
Yeah.
it feels weird being so professional with it, but, it works for some people. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
You had asked about working with other people. Like, very recently, I've been working with so many other, like, producers and artists, and it's super refreshing. It's so refreshing. Like, I live by a lot of studios now. We either go to studios and create there. Like, maybe I'll pick up a guitar or something, or they'll, like, be like, "So, what are you wanting to make today?" I'll get to know them, and yeah, it's really, really, really nice to be working with different people.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of music, I don't know how it was for you, but like during the pandemic and things, I talk about how a lot of people work in their room and it's like nice and comforting because that's like some people's like safe space and like where they feel like they can like get out the most like creativity, but it's weird obviously seeing people and like speaking to people
Yeah.
about that
Also,
stuff.
like, singing in front of people,
Yeah.
like, can sometimes be, like, a little bit nerve-wracking. I think that I am getting used to it, though.
Yeah.
Also, guess what? My birthday is in, like, a week and a half.
Oh my gosh, I saw that! Oh my god, happy early birthday! You're turning 20.
Yes.
Yes! How do you feel?
Birthdays are always, like I'm just, like, so excited to celebrate them.
That's so exciting. 20 is like you're almost, or I guess in Canada, the like legal age is 19. So I was
Really?
yeah.
Gosh.
So
Yeah.
if you ever do a show in Canada, yeah, like
I'm officially not a teenager anymore.
yeah, but turning 20 was like scary for me. I was like, what is happening? But
Yeah.
there'll be so much more to look forward to that we just like don't know yet. Um, but when did you start playing? You were talking about playing the guitar, and I know you play like um the piano. When did you start playing instruments or those instruments?
Oh, instruments. So, like, when I was telling you, like, I was, like, making those edits and stuff like that, the first ever instrument I had played was the ukulele. I actually started on the ukulele. Like, I was, like, asking for it because I was really into this band called 21 Pilots when I was, like, in, like, middle school, like, halfway through high school, and, like, the ukulele is what the main person, Tyler, plays, like, known for that kinda. And yeah, so I asked my mom, I was like, "I really want a ukulele." And it was like asking her for like an instrument because instruments can be a bit expensive, and like especially like coming from like a low income like family, it was hard to do that. But I asked her, and like for Christmas, I think I got it, and it was so nice. I was so happy. I was like, "Wow, this is gonna change my life," and it
Yeah,
honestly did.
yeah, because your first videos were, with the ukulele, like, when you were, like, hiding your face or on YouTube. I don't know if those were your actual first videos, but right now up on your, like,
Those
Ivri.
were actually my first videos. I didn't show my face until kind of recently.
Yeah, it was very.
So yeah, I've been producing for little bit close to a year.
Yeah, wow. Wait, when you were saying your EP that you were are you talking about sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I actually got the name from that video that you were talking about earlier with the artwork and
Oh, yes, yes. Oh,
sometimes
wait,
somniferative.
yeah. Oh, is that what it was called? Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. Okay, wow. You're like a storyteller. You posted a TikTok where you were like, I wrote this about a character.
It was Book of Spells.
It was Book of Spells. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Like like you were telling a story from the perspective of like this character, and then even the names of like your titles are pretty abstract. Like even way back Sea Monster and like you have to
Yeah.
click on it to know kind of what you're talking about because
Yo, like
yeah,
this is my favorite thing to like speak about.
yeah,
Like, yeah, like this. So it's kind of like because I watch a lot of cartoons. When I was little, I would read a lot of like mystical, like not real books. Um, and like so absorbed in like the magic of everything. Like my favorite cartoon is like Adventure Time. I also watch a lot of anime. And so I use a lot of things from that, but also like real life stuff. Like take a situation, but take that situation, just like shove it with a bunch of metaphors and like kind of just like make it really, really dramatic. um, I actually like my dream job wasn't really to be like a singer. It was to be a voice actor and to make music for cartoons. And I'm still working towards that. Um, I think that's what was the question again?
no, literally nothing. I was just saying that you were so it's so interesting how you like pull such abstract ideas.
I
I was
also like sorry, I like to I do like these like weird like concepts and like weird names. Maybe like things that people wouldn't normally talk about in music. Like I kind of want to stray away from like talking about like love all the time and stuff like that. Um, and focus on like just like stuff that I wonder about, like I'm curious about. Maybe
yeah.
tell a story about it.
Mhm.
Like for instance, Book of Spells. I literally wrote like a whole like monologue to it. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, what?
So like when you pitch a thing to like Spotify, like this song actually got on Lorem, the editorial, which I was really, really happy about. Yeah, here it is. When you pitch a song, you have to write like what the song's about. And so this is what I said. I said, Book of Spells is a song about feeling a disconnect to reality. I put the perspective onto a male character I created. The chorus, I'm not an empty shell, I wake up and tell myself I feel well and I don't live inside a screen, is a list of 3 affirmations that the character continuously tells himself to self soothe while being surrounded by the influence of technology. It's a partial look into the character's personal book of spells, right? Like book of manifestations. It's like write whole backstories and stuff about like the songs.
That's amazing. Yeah, because you need to actually like every title you see, like you need to click on, you need to actually like give it a listen before being like, oh yeah, like you were saying, like just writing songs about love because shapes and sizes, I think
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite songs other than like obviously robotic intimacy was everyone was waiting for that one. So
yeah,
but that was like so beautiful and like even maybe not like a crazy like abstract name that was like completely out of the song, but is like you're so good at taking feelings and like putting images on them. Yeah. there's no like one description, and your abstract style of writing is amazing. Did you just always write like that? Because when did you start writing? Because I think your stuff on YouTube, like at first,
First thing
yeah,
I posted on YouTube was kind of one of the first things I ever written on ukulele. It's called Rot. That song Rot. It's kind of a sad song, but it did really good on YouTube for like my first video. I was like, oh my god, people like this. I can show my emotions and just put it out there. It was like a angsty like teenager. I was like, I don't know.
oh yeah, okay. I was going to say, I guess you sort of talked about cartoons and things like that. So,
Yes.
um, I kind of answered this, but you use like lo-fi as a genre to describe your music. But if you could like in like a sentence or something, um, describe who like your music attracts or what type of music you feel like you make.
Mm.
Not just in like a closed like one word genre, but if you like want to describe that, either one.
It's really all over the place. Like I'll
Mhm.
make like soft songs, but then like a D&B song. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure, but the people that like I think listen to my music, I have no idea. Like people will like DM me or like message me on like social media and just like yo, like you're like this one song or like this tape right here like made me feel this way and I want to thank you for that. And it's like that makes me feel so good. And I can't really understand how my music affects other people, but I know how it affects me and I'm like maybe it's the same for them. Because when I listen to something I make, like I love using like cool, like just like weird sounds. I don't know how to describe it. I have this plugin called Omnisphere. It's an amazing plugin. I know like any producer who listens to this will know what I'm talking about. And it's just like such a good plugin for like those sounds and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know who. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a
I've
fair.
never thought about it.
Yeah. You were talking about 21 Pilots earlier. Do you have people who like are like memorable for like who you used to listen to, um, or maybe who you listen to now that
Definitely.
yeah.
So I was really into like 21 Pilots, like just because like for instance like they talk about stuff that you wouldn't normally hear in music, and I was like, okay, I like this. This is what I like, and I was also into like Bring Me the Horizon and um like bands like that, Melanie Martinez. Um, I think just people who kind of like strayed out of the box, and they did go really mainstream, which is really good. I like that it was normalized for people to talk about things that they talked about. Even though like there'd be like memes about like the kid who listens to that with the band shirts and like um but yeah, right now some influences. I love Still Woozy. I've been listening to a lot of Japanese math rock. If you know what that is, it's just amazing instrumentals. There's also this Korean band called Midair Thief. It's just the all the layers that they add and like the feelings they can create by just putting layers and layers of sounds is crazy. Like like you actually I'm gonna send you like some stuff. Like
No,
you
I
got
love Midair Thief. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
those
god.
are influences now, but also um like my dad, uh even though when I was little, me and him didn't get along the best, he did like put me onto a lot of like classic like rap music, like Slick Rick, Guru, like also like singers like Sam Cooke, just like these old influences that probably a lot of people nowadays take inspiration from. And so I can thank him for that. I also really love like some old school like stuff. Like there's just like no better feeling than going back and listening to things like that because it has changed a lot. Um, so yeah, dad helps that mindset come to
Yeah.
me.
I always ask. I usually sometimes say like ask if people had like what music you listened to growing up? Because I always say that sort of influences like what you like now. Maybe not even necessarily, but if you start making music, it will like subconsciously maybe play a part in it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's this rap group that my dad put me onto. They're called Black Moon. And like they like the cool sound and stuff like that I love, like the really abstract like instrumentals. But this was cool because they're like these guys who like rap about just like really cool stuff. Um
I saw somewhere you were saying how you didn't always feel like your voice could work with different sorts of like sounds and like
yeah.
different in different ways, but you said that you were like sort of experimenting and trying new things, and you posted like a little rap that you did, and like it I'm pretty sure, yeah, it sounded
Blew
so
up.
yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, so I'm really happy, and I'm sure other fans are so happy that you're like leaning into that sound sort of because it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when it comes to like doing different like genres and stuff like that, I love experimenting. Lately I've been really liking doing like different stuff. Like I'm about to have a session and make some house music. Like I just love, but
Okay.
also of course I want to integrate like the cool sound and maybe like some like psychedelic like stuff.
Yeah.
Like just because like I just love putting my take
Yeah.
on different genres really well. But there's one. Me and my boyfriend had made a song a while ago that was not my style at all. It was like really poppy, like um but he posted it. He was like, I sent my girl this beat. This is what she sent me back. And that went viral. It has like a million on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
And
I know.
like
Yeah.
we had posted a few days after that. Then like our friend Sully had jumped on it. Also, Sully is a really amazing artist. Um, he hopped on it and then we dropped it and like it did so good. It did like a hundred thousand first like 2 days. It
Yeah.
was really, really
You
cool.
did or that whole song that you all did amazingly on that song. But yeah, it was very like that was a different sort of um thing that maybe yeah, you're used to, but I'm so happy you like whoever posted it did
It
that.
was really out of nowhere. Like Tom
Yeah.
just posted it. It didn't even do good at first, but then like hours later, randomly it was just, like people were commenting and like sharing it and like it was cool.
Uh,
Something else cool that happened recently. Me and him also like when we like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, made this song called Dayglow. Um and it was doing really good beforehand, out of nowhere, doing good on, like, Instagram Reels, but then Kylie Jenner used it on her Instagram story,
bring that up. Yeah.
and that was the most surprising thing ever. Like, I was like, "What the heck?" Like,
Taste.
I
Kylie
didn't
has
even
good
know.
taste.
Someone had DM'd me, they were like, Kylie Jenner just used your song on her story. And I was like, what are you talking about? And like I called my manager. I was like, you gotta look on her story. And then I called Tom, you gotta look on her story. Um, and so that was really cool. And now that song is doing very good every single day, better than it was doing before. So
Yeah.
it's also like a note to artists that you can put something out, no matter how long ago, it could randomly do really good.
Kylie Jenner might use your sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. I saw that or I don't know, I think yeah, you posted it, and yeah, that was beautiful. And I feel like I was going to ask about how sort of when people are working in their bedrooms, or more so I guess during when like in 2020, like during heat of the pandemic, I feel like there's a lot of milestones that people hit, but they don't really consider milestones because you're not like seeing a show or like a
Yeah.
crowd full of people. But I was gonna ask you about like any like big milestones you remember, but I feel like you sort of just named some. I don't know.
Yeah, other ones are like, for instance, like kind of small, but I hit like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Also, I have a song about to go platinum. It has like 83 million with an artist called Sad Boy Prolific.
Yes,
Um,
yeah,
that's like the biggest one. Having a song go platinum is crazy.
yeah.
Um, and
Congratulations on all of
yeah,
that. Yeah.
on Spotify. On Spotify, lots of milestones. Like, for instance, the EP. I'm actually looking at my Spotify for artists right now because I don't talk about milestones a lot, but I am really happy that you know that happens. Let's see.
Yeah, no, talk about it.
Study Your Crumbs, that EP, like I said, it's about to hit 2 million. My first ever like tape, and so like that's super big.
Yeah.
The song that Book of Spells we just dropped, like it has like 100,000. Like that's so cool. We Don't Know a Thing is about to hit 1 million. The one that went viral on TikTok.
So,
I
yeah.
also had like like personal achievements, and music helped a lot with that.
Mhm.
Like I had got my first car when I turned 18 and got my first apartment in Florida. I'm on my third apartment right now.
Oh my god, I'm so happy for you. Um,
Thank you.
you posted about a show you had sort of recently. That's
Yeah.
cool. Were
It's
they all in New York or no?
no, so the first ever show I did was what was the first ever show? It was in LA. I like met this person and they were like, "Yeah, we want to like do like this live thing." It was in a backyard. They had like cool lighting, some like projection, and it was on Instagram Live the whole show. I was like promoting it and then we did it. And like we had the full video for that, but like I took it down because it was my first show and I did have it up for a while. I was just like I wasn't that I was nervous, but I was nervous. Yeah. And like it didn't sound as good as I wanted it to, of course. I feel like I'm a bit of a perfectionist sometimes, but who isn't when it comes to your own hobbies?
Yeah, for sure.
And the second show, the one that I have on my YouTube, that one was really cool because like it was a crowd of people, like a bunch of people actually came to see me, and I was like, wow, like people actually want to see me live, and I met people that like my music, and it was just so cool. It was really intimate too. I had one of me and my boyfriend's good friends, Zach B, do like piano, and he's a really talented musician too. He sings. And yeah, that was a really good show. I like that one. That's on YouTube. And the third one, is actually the most recent one I did. This one, so funny story actually. It was a hyperpop show, and I don't make hyperpop, but I was one of the headliners, and um, it was a good show. It went really well. Of course, I was just like the outlier. Like it's kind of strange when everyone's like jumping around and dancing and crowd surfing and moshing to everyone else's music, and then I go up and it's more laid back. Um, like it's hard to like stabilize like my energy in periods like that because I'm like,
Yeah.
do I try to like make this hype or do I just keep
Yeah.
my vibe?
Mhm.
It's actually yeah, A45 is really big, and I didn't even know like she's huge in the hyperpop scene. Um, so it was cool headlining with them. It was awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, it's probably so weird, like, cause yeah, it's like on your screen, you're seeing all these people who like, but then seeing people in person, seeing people that listen to your music in
Yeah,
real life is, I'm sure, just like surreal.
it's
Um,
so awesome.
so yeah, I'm happy that now this is happening because it's, yeah, I'm sure it's like so cool to see. Oh, yeah, talking about like being a perfectionist and
So actually, I posted a lot of like demos on there. My manager's like, yeah, just like try to post kind of often, and I don't post often at all, but I do post when I want to, and it's so nice that they do actually really good. Just like seeing that people actually like want this, or like, please drop this, please now. It's like it's really cool. Um, Deciding if I want to like make things a full song, I don't really care about how many people like it. It's like if I like it, like that one song that I was like, boyfriend sent me this beat, I rapped on it. It was like it's called Ice Sword. That one will probably not come out at all, just because I am not very proud of it. People liked that one part that I showed. I liked that one part that I showed, but the full song is not something that I would release anytime soon.
okay, fair. Yeah, I guess
If I like it, I'll definitely put it out.
yeah. I guess that's a good thing about like TikTok and YouTube and like is you don't need to feel it's normal to post 15 seconds and like
Yeah.
get away with it.
Yeah,
And
on YouTube, I'll post, like, a minute video, and, it's nice to have people still, like, be there for that.
yeah, yeah, the rise of, like, short songs are now, and I feel like that's fine because
Yeah,
you can
my
say
music.
so much in a minute, and also you can tell, like, 10 different stories within, like, especially for someone like you who's, like, going through the motions of, like, storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, like, crazy because, I started with those small little snippets, and, like, still I wanna post those. It's just so hard to not wanna make something into a full song, and my songs literally aren't more than, like, a minute and 30 seconds long.
Mm, do you have a favorite song that you've written?
A favorite song I've written?
Big,
Wow,
huge question. I sometimes say favorite lyric, but I feel like that's just so difficult to, like, pick from, so favorite song, if you can
let's see.
it
I'm
doesn't
going
need to be,
to
like I don't know how people categorize favorites. Sometimes it's, like, biggest milestone, sometimes it's just, like, most sentimental, sometimes it's, like, unreleased and they're like, yeah.
honestly, it probably is unreleased, but I will tell you a song that I like a lot that I do have out right now. Um, I do like Book of Spells a lot, but my favorite song that I've made, like, ever is Collide.
Mm,
Just because that song is just such, that's, like, the kind of music that, like, I started on, like, really, like, lo-fi, like,
yeah,
abstract, and, like, I sing, like, maybe, like, 2, 3 lines, and I don't sing anything else, like, just the instrumental is what makes the most of it.
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's my favorite one, but also that sometimes, like, clip, the thing with the art and the little video I made, that's also a favorite. And the last one is Sea Monsters. People, like, wanted a full version to that song. Never got around to putting it up.
Do you feel like your style has changed? Is there things that you wanted to make that now you've made, and then now you're like, "Okay."
I wanted to do something like D&B, and, like, we released Book of Spells, and now I'm like, I definitely wanna do a style like this again, but I wanna also do this one. And so I kinda just, like, I do it, I see how it sounds. I'm like, "Okay, this is cool." And, like, of course, I'll return to it. Like, the next thing I'm gonna be doing is, like, a house song.
Oh my
Um, just 'cause, like, lately, I have been, like, wanting to go out and, like, party a lot, because, like, why not? Like,
you're 20, you're turning 20.
literally. Um, and, like, I wanna make music that people can, like, dance to, that I would, like, dance to. Because a lot of the music I have out right now, I wouldn't dance to. I would sit there and I would listen to it, and I would enjoy it, but I would not dance to it.
Fair, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I listen to your music definitely probably most with headphones,
Yeah.
and it used to be, like, my comfort music and my study music at one point versus, like, searching up, like, lo-fi beats or whatever. Um, your whole discography, though. So, your voice would sound incredible over a house beat, though, I feel like, because softer voices work so well with, um, like, hard drums.
This
Um
week I'll be working on that.
Yay! Do you have any upcoming music that you're excited about or
Yeah.
projects or yeah.
So, I am working on a lot of, like, of course, a bunch of different styles. But I just made this song with Tom called, like, Bathroom Window. I'm excited for that one. Um, I am also very excited for a song called Warmth, which is actually I haven't, like, promoted it or anything. Well, I have promoted it on TikTok, but no one knows I'm dropping it yet. So you're getting the first details here. I'm dropping it on August 3rd. I was gonna drop it on my birthday, which is July 27th, in, like, 8 days, but, yeah, I have to give storage time to process,
Yeah,
artwork time, everything time to do its thing, and
yeah.
so we're dropping it on August 3rd, which is actually Tom's birthday.
Oh my gosh,
And
you're both Leos? Or wait,
yeah.
are you Leo? I'm a Leo too.
You're a Leo?
Happy
That's awesome.
Leo.
So, he's a week away, and then you're also, like, basically a week away. That's really cool. I know a lot of it's crazy because, like, Leos are supposed to be, like, a rare zodiac, but I know a lot of Leos.
Me too. Yeah, yeah. They
So
pop
yeah,
up
that's
everywhere. We all attract each other's energy.
yeah, which
Yeah.
is I love. I mean, I love being a Leo. And like getting into the arts, a lot of Leos are in the arts. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's dropping on August 3rd, and it's cool because like, it's his birthday, and I wrote that song about him when we were long distance. Um, we were long distance for like a whole year and a half. Um, and so yeah, I don't even think he knows I'm dropping it on his birthday yet.
Aw, that's so wholesome. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh,
But yeah,
oh,
it's called Warmth, and yeah, you'll definitely hear it when it comes out.
amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for everything that's coming out, the house music, the different genres and styles. I know everyone like can't wait to hear your voice. Like,
And I definitely want to do more shows, more like intimate shows.
do you have any final thoughts you want to share or anything?
Mm, Not really. Just check out my songs, and feel like a message to all artists. Cut out everything and anything you want. I feel like nowadays, like artists aren't dropping because their management is like, this has to go viral before we drop it. And it's like, who cares?
And
Like,
you also never know, like you said,
you
like
never know what could
it might
happen.
be something that you think won't go viral, but and then
Yeah, I just basically like drop what you want, like do whatever. And I also have more and more music coming out. Like I'm never stopping this grind.
woo,
Um, and yeah, if you don't know who I am, definitely check me out.
check her out. Well, I'm so excited for the music coming out. Well,
Milo, say bye.
bye Milo, bye Ivory. Thank you so much for being on this.
Thank you so much for having me.